I moved her hand the first time, she told myself, oh, don't move my hands again, okay? And I'm like, if it hurt, I'm going to move your hands again. All right. Hey, you guys, what is up? What is up? Welcome back to Lily's Lifestyle channel. Oh, y'all like that? That was a new little twist. But anywho, yeah, you guys, today is like a, you know, a postpartum video. How's the baby been? How I've been after the hospital, and a little story time of what happened, you know, after I stopped recording, because I know y'all was probably waiting for the labor and delivery after. But anyways, before I even continue with my video, I got some Taco Bells here. I got some steak quesadilla. I got some chicken quesadilla, and I also got me some. What is this, babe?
Blueberry freezy.
Yeah, blueberry freezy, and I also got some sweets. So yeah, before you even continue watching this video, go ahead and like this video. Comment down below if I have any mummies that, you know, went through the same experience that I've been through, and if you have, drop some, you know, tips and stuff like that, what I could use on, you know, future wise. And also subscribe to this channel. Tell your auntie, tell your cousin, tell your sister, tell your brother to subscribe to Lily's Lifestyle. But yeah, you guys. So I'm gonna start. Let me see what this is. I think this is the. But yeah, you guys. I'm gonna try to eat and talk. I hate multitasking, especially if I'm eating. But I'm gonna try to do it. Oh, this is a chicken, yes. But so after the last video that I posted, that I was in the hospital, and I had got the epidural and everything, and I was gonna get induced. So I got induced. I ended up getting induced, but also they also inserted a balloon. They inserted a balloon inside of me to try to further the contractions. They already had me on Pitocin. For you guys that don't know what Pitocin is, it's basically to intensify the contractions so I could dilate. So they end up inducing me, putting the balloon in me. Now, when they placed the balloon, the first balloon, the doctor did not do it correctly, and I was already getting annoyed. Not that I could feel it because I had the epidural, but just because, like, y'all just gonna keep shoving stuff up in me, knowing that I could feel the pressure still. I can't feel the pain, but I definitely was feeling the pressure. And my husband on the other end was like, I think he recorded. I'm not sure. Babe, do you have the video with you? So they end up, you know, he was looking like, damn, why they keep shoving, you know, because the balloon thing, the balloon size was this long, and they had to inflate it with water, you know. But yeah, you guys, like, it was crazy. And then after the first attempt that he didn't do it correctly. Then he did it the second time. The second time he did it, it was, you know, it was good. So they realized that, you know, girl. They end up putting some liquid in the balloon to open my cervix, because I wasn't dilated. I think they said I was at 1. So the second attempt, it was correctly. That's good. Y'all, it's so hard for me to talk and eat. What the heck? But after the balloon was placed in me, then they realized, oh, they correct me if I'm wrong. Then they told me that they're gonna try to pop my water. That's correct, right?
Yeah, they're gonna try to pop the They're gonna try to pop the balloon to pop your water.
No, pop my water, because the balloon, they already took it out. So now, at this time, they stick the whole tube. I think this tube, I wish I could just enter it how it looked. They end up, ooh, I got the Diablo. I don't like the Diablo sauce, y'all, because that thing too spicy. You know, my husband, he likes his more. I like the mild sauce. But they end up popping my water. Now, I remind y'all, I went in Monday morning. They did all that Monday. So, well, no. I had got the epidural Monday. I got induced Monday. And then the balloon, I did it Tuesday. Wednesday, and so on. I'm gonna let y'all know. So after they popped my water, they kept checking me, throughout the day and throughout the night to see, how my blood pressure was, how the baby heartbeat was. I'm gonna try to insert some clips and stuff like that. So everything was good, but the only thing was I wasn't dilating, the baby wasn't coming down. So it was like what could possibly be the reason? So then they kept monitoring me throughout the night. And y'all, I forgot to tell y'all, when I had first got, I know the story kind of might be everywhere, but y'all just try to see what I'm saying, hear what I'm saying. Y'all, when I got the epidural, like my first attempt with my daughter, when I got the epidural, I was itching. But with my son, I was itching like crazy. I still have scars. Like, I'm gonna try to insert some clips of how bad the itches were. I'm talking about throughout my whole body. It was scars, it was bruises, it was cuts. Man, listen, I was itching till it was tomorrow. Okay, so they end up giving me I think Zeltag. So I was itching. So they kept giving me medications to stop the itching, but I realized it wasn't working. So speak for it though, because I forgot to tell y'all that. So day 2 was the balloon. I told y'all how that went. But then they had to pop my water. And then the third day came, which was Wednesday. Doctors came in. They said my high blood pressure kept going up. And that happened with my daughter because when I was having my daughter, my blood pressure kept rising. And you would think that because they got you on the, saline, they giving you like, they keeping they keeping you hydrated. They would you would be good, no high blood pressure, but y'all, my high blood pressure kept going high. So my high blood pressure kept going high, and it was just a lot. Like, it was just a lot. So the doctors end up coming in. They end up checking me again. I was at now 4 centimeters. Then I was at 4 centimeters, but they realized that I was already at 4 centimeters before they checked me. Excuse me, y'all. So I want to try a steak, but they realized I wasn't dilating no more, and I was exactly the same place that they first checked me. So, y'all, I don't know if y'all can see that. So another doctor came in, because I had like 3 doctors that was on my floor that day. They end up telling me I got preeclampsia. So remind y'all, let me go back right quick. So with this baby, my first baby, I had a C-section. With this baby, I was supposed to push, and it was going to let me push. But because of the high blood pressure and, the preeclampsia, I ended up getting a C-section. I was so disappointed because I had so much confidence that God, told me that I was going to do, a regular labor. So, that's good. I end up catching preeclampsia. Now, remind y'all, I've been going to my doctor's appointment every time that I have an appointment. Not one time my doctor said anything about no preeclampsia. I'm going to also put the definition of preeclampsia down above so y'all could, read on it. But that's crazy because I knew it was something wrong because throughout my pregnancy, like my last trimester, when I went to the store one time with my mom friend, and I felt in the store, like I felt so nauseous and so dizzy that I had to sit on the floor. I had to sit down. Because I felt like if I didn't sit down, I was going to fall. But, y'all, I ended up getting preeclampsia. And remind y'all, preeclampsia is nothing to play with. It was real serious. So, I ended up getting that C-section. That one is dead. And it was a bunch of stuff that, man, I was already mad. 1. 2, to think about that I have to go through that C-section procedure again. Oh my gosh, like, beyond angry. Like, I felt like I still felt like I could have pushed, you know? But I wasn't dilating, plus they was rushing me. So, they had to get the baby out because of my high blood pressure, and it was too risky. But one thing I could say, and one thing only about it, I thank God that I made it out safely, me and my baby is safely, because what I'm about to tell y'all about to be shocked. Y'all sit down, get y'all popcorn, because this story about to be interesting. But y'all about to be shocked. Okay, so they tell me and my husband, you know, they finna go ahead and get, you know, the procedure ready, like the C-section room ready for me and stuff like that. And, you know, my husband on the other side, you know, he mad. Because, you know, we had high expectations on pushing. And I told him, if he wasn't in that room helping me push, like, he was supposed to get out the room. So, him on the other hand, I already got that little pressure going on. Like, damn, I gotta be there for my wife. Now, end up getting another C-section. Killed the whole vibe. And I was looking like, damn, I gotta do another C-section. So when they got us to the room, they had my husband, because we had got a lot of bags with us. So my husband had to pack up everything, you know, because we had opened a couple of things in the suitcase. My husband ended up packing everything. And they end up getting my husband all dressed, you know, with the shower cap looking thingy, with the clothing, with the shoe thing. So he was all, you know, fully dressed. So we in the room. So I told you I already had the epidural in my back already. So all they had to do was give me the anesthesia, which is going to numb my whole lower, like, it's going to numb it, like, where I can't feel no, how you say it? I can't, like, it's going to be stronger than the epidural. So then that's when, so that's when they gave me the anesthesia. And the guy nurse was asking me, like, hey, because he took a needle and he was poking me with it. And he told me that if I could feel it. And I was like, no. But when he went up, like more upper in my body, I'm like, ooh, that, you know, he asked if I could feel it, and I felt it. So while they was doing it, man, y'all, I felt like that was the longest pain in my entire life. With my daughter, it was fast, it was easy. She came out, she was crying. But with this baby, it was just so intense. Like, after they took baby boy, first of all, they didn't even take him out fast like that. They had to, oh my gosh, like, y'all, when I tell y'all this is crazy, like, bruh. So I felt the pressure, but then for some reason, I don't know what the anesthesia they gave me was wearing off, or it wasn't strong enough. But man, I started to feel the pain that, you know, what they was doing, you know. And I was mad because I started to feel pain. And I'm like, why am I feeling pain? I'm not supposed to. I got epidural plus anesthesia. It don't make sense. So I started to yell at the oops, I hope y'all didn't see that. I started to yell and be like, ow, ow, ow. Like, I felt everything they was doing. Like, that was so scary. And then I'm telling one of the nurses, like, I felt like I couldn't breathe. Like, I was losing my breath. Like, God, thank you. Like, I'm telling God thank you every single day, because I could have lost my life. So I asked for like those breathing inhalers to try to help me breathe. I had to add, but then I realized when I placed it on my nose, I wanted to throw up. I'm like, hold on, before the procedure, you guys gave me a tablet where I think it was a pill or tablet, one of those. My mind is everywhere, so don't mind me. But it was either one of those they gave me for I don't throw up, but I still end up throwing up. Like, I don't understand why I still threw up. Like, maybe it was anxiety, maybe it was just the fear of it. Like, I don't know. And I told you I was still mad, so like, I ain't thought about doing no prayer at that moment. You know what I mean? So that's when I end up throwing up. So I end up telling him, because I couldn't move my arms either, because they had my arms strapped it like this. So the only thing I could move was my head and like talk. So that's when I told the dude, I'm like, can you remove the mask, because I feel like I want to throw up. And I'm like, why am I in pain? I feel everything that they doing, like all the pressure. So they trying to get baby boy out. Y'all, it was a long process to get my son out. I don't know what them doctors was doing. I don't know what them surgeons was doing. I don't know what happened. But it took a very, very, very long time to get my son out. And I was very pissed. My husband was pissed. He was cussing out the doctor. He was cussing out the nurses. He was like, y'all don't see y'all hurting my wife. And not only that, why my son not here? So it was a lot of pressure. It was a lot of, it was a lot of tense vibe going on in the hospital. So that's when I was feeling it. And I was like, why am I feeling? So when I told the dude, the nurse, that they gave me a second dose, I ended up not feeling anything. Not end up feeling anything. So they had before that, they had end up taking baby boy out. But we realized something. Hold up, baby boy wasn't crying. So they took him to a corner in the room, and I'm trying to look at my son to see if he's okay, and nobody's communicating to me nor my husband. And I'm looking like, why y'all not telling us anything about our son? Like, I'm not understanding, like, what is going on here. So my husband trying to figure out, like, is he okay, because we ain't hear no cry, and they hitting his butt. We not hearing nothing. So I'm like, babe, like, get up and go check, our son. Like, you feel me? Go check our son. So they end up, just taking him out the room without even consenting us. Like, I understand y'all got to take action quickly, but come on now. Like, y'all need to communicate. It's still going on, Leah? You still see it?
Yes.
Okay. So y'all need to communicate, because that's wrong. Like, so they end up taking our baby out the room, and my husband looking like, how they just gonna take him out the room and not, tell us anything? So now my husband was next to me, and, he was making sure that I was okay. But while they was sewing me up and stuff like that, I started to feel everything. Like I told y'all, that was before they gave me the second dose now, after me complaining.
And my baby brother was dead. He was crying in the hospital, but but guys, he was covered because mommy was at the doctor appointment and I was at school.
And that's when I started to feel, when they was like sewing me up, and I'm looking like, bruh, it hurt. I feel everything. Y'all ain't finna do nothing about this? I end up telling that nurse that was assisting me, I was like, can you please give me a second dose? Because I'm feeling everything. So the second dose they gave me, y'all, I feel like they probably didn't do it right, because that second dose, I didn't feel a thing. They sewed me up and everything. Like, I ain't gonna lie, before the second dose, I was getting frustrated. I was like, dog, like, I'm hurt, and I was yelling, I was screaming, I was getting mad, giving them attitude, because I shouldn't be in pain. If this is a surgery, y'all should make sure that I'm numb. So that's when they end up stitching me up, and stuff like that. And then they end up sending me to another room, which was on the other floor, which, was monitoring my blood pressure and everything, because of the preeclampsia, of course. My blood pressure was still high. So they had to monitor it and give me medications and everything like that. They also had me on this medication that's called magnesium. and that was also to help my blood pressure stay at a, down a little bit and not go high, which was helping. But that thing was strong, man. I felt like I was shrugged up. Like, man, I'm telling you, this is my last kid. I don't want no more kids. If God want to give me another one, okay, but the procedure of going through this, all this, no. Like, it was just so much for me. And I'm not even trying to be extra with y'all. Like, honestly, I'm really not trying to be extra, but it's just the fact, like, this is pretty much giving ghetto vibes. My pain tolerance is just not, you feel me? But yeah, so they end up moving me to another floor, another room or whatever. And the nurse that I had or whatever, she was helping me out and stuff like that. But I guess she had an attitude or whatever, because I was thirsty and I wanted some water. And I kept asking her, like, can I get some water? And she kept telling me, no, you gotta wait an hour and a half, I think, or she said 2 hours. I'm like, dang, can I get some ice chips? Can I get that? Because my throat is just dry. Like, after finish having a baby, you just be thirsty. Like, ice don't even make it. Ice can't even compare to what type of thirst it is. So that's when they end up giving me water. Y'all, I was drinking water back to back to back to back. It was this nurse that came to check my stomach, because I guess they have to keep pressing it down, like pressing on it for, I guess, gas release. Yeah, that's gas release. Because it was bloated. It looked big. And every time they tapped it, you could hear like air in my stomach. So that was a lot of gas. So it was one of this nurse that just came, and she tried to like tap in my junk. I'm talking about, like, she put both her hands like this, and I'm like, and my husband looking like, no, that's too rough. She just, like, literally, I just came out the operating room, and you over here trying to press on my stuff like that. And she told me, and she looked at me, and when I moved her hand the first time, she told myself, oh, don't move my hands again, okay? And I'm like, if it hurt, I'm going to move your hands again, because you're not going to be pressing on my stomach if it's hurting me. Like, it's a way you could do it. Like, you can't just be, come on now. Like, come on. Like, let's make it make sense. So, second time she did it, I had to move her hand and say, okay, I'm going to need you to stop, because this is really uncomfortable, and I really don't like the way you're doing it. So she ended up walking away, I guess 10-15 minutes after she done talked about me with her coworker. She ended up feeling guilty, and I don't know if her coworker just told her, like, she just had surgery, and she felt kind of bad about it. So she came to me, and she was like, you know what, I apologize if, I did that incorrectly, or I did it too rough. I'm like, girl, you okay? It's fine. But yeah, so after that, they end up moving us. Well, so we're still trying to figure out where our baby was, because nobody didn't update us about where he was or how his well-being was. So we end up, snapping. Like, me and my husband still on snapping mode while I'm on, what I'm going through with my incision and everything. I was still on snapping mode, because how y'all not finna tell me where my son at? Like, where my son at? Like, where is he? Is he doing fine? Like, is he breathing? Like, what's going on? Because I didn't hear my son cry, so y'all gotta tell me where my son at. So then that's when, I'm snapping. Every nurse that comes to us, can y'all please connect us to the nurse that's watching over my son? Can y'all please connect us to NICU? Because they kept telling us our son is in NICU. So I'm like, okay, NICU is for, like, why is my son there? I'm not understanding, because y'all didn't say nothing about why my son was there. Okay. So then that's when finally a nurse said, okay, we gonna let daddy go see baby, and we end up going to see baby. I'm gonna go ahead and insert some clips and some pictures for you guys to see how much stuff was on my baby. Like, it was just so traumatizing. Like, man, I could just thank God, because, like, with the experience I've been through the hospital, it's just showed me like us women are really strong. And not only that, like God is the only one that could really spare people's lives. Like I really felt like that was just my done deal. So okay, so they wanted to go see, you know, our son or whatever. After he went to go see our son, you know, he FaceTimed me. You know, it was a little emotional because I couldn't move. I couldn't go see my son. I haven't seen my son since I had him. So it was kind of emotional, you know, the fact that I couldn't be there. Thinking about it kind of like gave me a little emotional, but I'm not going to cry. I'm going to be a G. You feel me? So, you know, I saw him and he was connected to all these stuff. They had something on his nose, his hands. Like I'm talking about, and then they had something on his eyes, and I'm looking like, okay. So I guess, you know, Babe was talking to the nurse, and it was like he was in distress when he came out. That's why he didn't cry, this and that. So he was under a lot of stress. So imagine, y'all. So they was giving me all these medications. That's probably why he was stressed. Like, y'all put me on all these medications. Y'all wait last minute. On Wednesday, I came in Monday, Wednesday, to tell me that I got preeclampsia. Y'all serious? Y'all really serious? Y'all couldn't discover that Ben about if I had preeclampsia before or not? Like, come on. Like, come on. So I see why he was stressed. He came out stressed. He wasn't crying. You know, they say he wasn't breathing. Man, thank the God upstairs for real. Like, ain't no better than, like, God. Like, you feel me? But other than that, you know, they end up sending me and my husband to the, you know, the family room where you get, you know, it have like a rocking chair, TV, a nice bed, you know, a little table for you to eat. They serving us breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Like, I'm talking about, even though hospital food ain't all that, and, you know, but it was all right for them to, you know, knock on the door. It made me feel like it was room service, you feel me? And also, the nurses there that I met there, they was super sweet. And, you know, there's some night shift nurses, they was like very, you know, negative. But what I can say is, like, I had some good nurses too overall. Now, don't ever let negative, you know, overpower positive. Always think positive first. And that's why I always remind myself, I didn't even worry about, after leaving the hospital, I didn't even worry about the negative nurses that I did come in contact with. But I just worried about the one that really put something positive into it. Like, I had one of the nurses, she, like, because every nurse that was cleaning me and stuff like that, they clean me, you know. But it was this one Jamaican nurse. When I tell you, she came through and she used warm water. She used bad soap, okay? And she washed my vajayjay right. She washed my behind right. And I was bleeding, so, you know, I had to keep getting, you know, I had to get my pad changed. I think every hour and a half because I was really bleeding. And, you know, she came and she washed me up. And it was also this other nurse, this executive, that, you know, after eating, I ended up throwing up, and I told her, like, I threw up on a sheet. She ended up letting me sleep with the throw up next to me, like on the bed. She never came through, so I had to keep clicking the button, hello, and end up, you know, getting somebody all the way 3 o'clock in the morning to come clean my sheets. So that was also a great experience to experience, because that nurse that came through for me and changed my sheets while I was on the bed. If you're watching this video, like, if you do come to this video, you really the GOAT. But yeah, you guys, thank you so much. I know it was kind of, you know, the story was kind of everywhere. But thank you so much for staying tuned in this video. I know if it's a little dark, please forgive me. I do have a ring light, but I just gotta set it up. I just wanted to get this video, you know, started for you guys if I could post it and everything like that. But yeah, y'all, like, it was just crazy, y'all. Okay, but in the next video that I'm about to post, it's gonna be my postpartum 1 month. So y'all stay tuned for that. Yeah, so don't forget to like this video up. Like this video up. Comment down below whatever you want to comment. You know what? I'm not going to say that. Comment down. Get well. Because, I mean, I'm still recovering. You know, I would love some encouragement words. And also subscribe to this channel, because your girl got to go higher and never lower. Okay? Y'all feel me? But yeah, you guys, thank y'all so much for watching this video. I appreciate everybody who even clicked on the video. Like, props to you. Take a second. and thank yourself, because you know you could have just swerved the video, you could have skipped the video, but you chose to watch my video. So God bless you. Y'all stay positive. Y'all be blessed. Your girl is out. Peace.